Among the exhibits at the Maine Historical Society Museum, this year, clothing has taken center stage.
See that tuxedo? When I went to my senior prom in 1974, my date wore that tuxedo.
There's all manner of fancy dress, even from rustic Maine.
You can see in the photograph that he hunts in a cardigan and a bow tie.
But down a hallway, one might think they've ended up at the Lost and Found. But take a closer look.
T-shirts are more accessible. People can design their own T-shirts, and it really talks about the evolution of the graphic tee as it relates to Maine.
It's called Fashion for the People. While formal wear survived time to mark fashion in Maine's early years, T-shirts might mark our point in history. And is that bad?
They tend to survive because there's memories associated with them. But you can see the same for T-shirts. So I don't think it's really about what it is, but what you associate with it.
From politics to pop, the ice storm to the Common Ground Fair, a shirt can be a protest. It can also be a purpose. It's hard to tell Maine's T-shirt history without mentioning Kyle Pisanier. In 2016, the Smithfield native made a shirt reflecting his love for his home.
Figured out how many people had the shirts, and it was somewhere in the 20,000 mark. So by numbers, it's 1 in every 50 people in Maine have a Just a Kid from Maine shirt.
It's called Catalyst for Change Wear, and his Maine loyalty alone doesn't make him Maine T-shirt royalty.
It occurred to me that clothing could be a catalyst for a conversation, for change.
During his own fight with depression and suicidal thoughts, Pisanier wanted others to know they're not alone.
We wanted it to stand out, and we wanted it to be a flag or a conversation starter. So if you saw somebody else wearing that hoodie, you knew, or you could have that conversation.
He's made multiple designs, including that classic Just a Kid from Maine, and says upwards of $70,000 in proceeds from his shirt sales have gone toward mental health resources and dozens of other causes as well, all in Maine.
Maine's amazing. It's a hidden gem. It has the best people, the hardest working people, a community like no other.
We kind of made these designs.
A T-shirt can tell others where we're from and what we like. When it makes others feel loved and valued, well, that shirt deserves its own exhibit. David Guilford, News Center, Maine.
The T-shirt exhibit is open until April, while the more traditional clothing is on display through the end of this year.
By the way, Catalyst for Change Wear is based in Biddeford.